Ever pondered upon the question, what if time is an illusion? It's a riddle that has puzzled the brightest minds for centuries. Time, as we know it, is a fundamental part of our existence, a constant rhythm guiding our lives. Yet it remains one of the greatest enigmas. We structure our lives around it, our world operates on its tick-tock, and we're always running against it. But what if I told you that time, as we perceive it, might not be as concrete as it seems? What if it's merely an illusion, a construct of our consciousness? This isn't just a wild thought, but a philosophical and scientific proposition that challenges our understanding of reality. From the ancient philosophers to modern physicists, the debate continues. Is time an elemental reality or an illusionary construct of our minds? So let's delve deeper into the concept of time illusion. Time illusion, an intriguing concept, isn't it? The illusion of time is a phenomenon that challenges our common understanding of time as a constant, flowing entity. It suggests that time does not flow as we traditionally think it does. Rather, it may be a mere perception, a product of our minds. Let's consider a simple example. Have you ever noticed how time seems to fly when you're engrossed in an exciting book or a thrilling movie, yet drags interminably when you're stuck in a dull meeting or waiting for a bus? This is the time illusion at work. Our perception of time is subjective and can be influenced by our emotional state, attention, and activity. The concept of time illusion also extends to longer durations. For instance, when we look back at our past, certain periods seem to have passed in a blink, while others feel like they stretched on forever. Ever wonder why childhood memories seem so distant and long-lasting, while the past few years might feel like they've slipped away quickly? It's because our perception of time can stretch and compress based on the density and novelty of our experiences. Time illusion also affects our anticipation of the future. How often have you felt that a much-anticipated event like a vacation seems to be forever away, but once it's over, it feels like it happened in a flash? That's time illusion for you, a paradoxical twist of our perception. The idea of time illusion doesn't negate the existence of time, but it posits that our experience of time is a complex interaction of psychological processes, rather than a simple, objective progression of seconds, minutes, and hours. In essence, time illusion is a fascinating reminder of the power and flexibility of our minds. It highlights how our perception can shape our reality, and how our experience of time can vary drastically based on our mental and emotional states. So time isn't as straightforward as it seems, it's all about perception. But why do we experience this time illusion? Well, let's delve into the fascinating science behind this phenomenon. It all starts in our brains. Yes, our brains, the command center of our bodies, are responsible for processing all the information we come across. This includes our perception of time. You see, our brains are like supercomputers, constantly taking in data from our senses and making sense of the world around us. One of the tasks our brains have is to create a perception of time. And this is where things get interesting. Our brains don't process all information at the same speed. Some information is processed faster while other information takes a bit longer. This differential speed of information processing can affect our perception of time. For instance, when we're in a new environment and our brain is busy processing lots of new information, time seems to slow down. Conversely, when we're in familiar surroundings with less new information to process, time seems to fly by. But it's not just about the amount of information. Studies have shown that emotional states can also affect our perception of time. When we're scared or anxious, time seems to stretch out. While when we're happy or relaxed, time seems to speed up. A classic example of this is the time flies when you're having fun phenomenon. It's not an illusion. It's your brain processing information at a different speed because you're enjoying yourself and not focused on the passing of time. Moreover, studies have indicated that our sense of time can be manipulated. Experiments using virtual reality have shown that when people are exposed to a slower pace in the virtual world, their sense of time slows down in the real world as well. All these findings point to one thing: our perception of time is not fixed. It's flexible, adaptable, and can be influenced by a number of factors, all of which are processed by our brains. Thus, our brain plays a key role in our perception of time. So, how does this time illusion influence our everyday lives? Let's consider our daily routine. We wake up, go about our chores, work, interact with people, and before we know it, the day has vanished into the ether of time. But here's the catch: not every day feels the same length. Some days seem to drag on forever while others zip by in the blink of an eye. This is the time illusion at play in our everyday lives. Take productivity, for instance. When you're engrossed in a task you enjoy, time seems to fly. But if you're stuck in a boring meeting, every second feels like an eternity. This is because our perception of time is closely tied to our level of engagement and interest. Understanding this can help us better manage our time. By aligning our tasks with our interest levels, we can make our days more productive and less exhausting. Now let's talk about mood. Ever noticed how time seems to slow down when you're feeling blue? That's because our emotional state can distort our perception of time. When we're happy, time tends to speed up, and when we're sad, it slows down. By recognizing this, we can use mood-enhancing activities to make our days feel shorter or longer as needed. And it doesn't stop there. The time illusion also affects our memory. The more novel and engaging an experience, the longer it seems in our memory. This is why childhood years seem so long in retrospect. They are packed with new experiences. As we age and routines set in, time seems to speed up. But by seeking out new experiences and breaking our routines, we can slow down our perception of time and create richer memories. Knowing how the time illusion operates can help us live more mindfully. By aligning our tasks with our interests, managing our moods and seeking novelty, we can manipulate our perception of time to our advantage. Indeed, the illusion of time has a profound impact on our lives. Now, can we debunk this illusion of time? Well, it's a fascinating question. The illusion of time is deeply ingrained in our consciousness. It is the invisible thread that weaves the fabric of our reality. But can we unravel this thread and see the reality for what it truly is? Let's ponder upon mindfulness, a practice that nudges us to live in the present moment. We often find ourselves caught up in the past or future, neglecting the now. This is where the illusion of time manipulates us, making us believe that the past and future are as real as the present. But mindfulness encourages us to focus on the now. It's about experiencing the present moment in its fullest, without the distortion of time. When we practice mindfulness, we begin to realize that time is nothing more than a mental construct. It's not an absolute reality, but a relative perception. And what happens when we start perceiving time differently? We start living differently. We begin to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. We start finding joy in the simple moments of life. We stop rushing towards an elusive future or dwelling on an unchangeable past. Understanding the illusion of time can lead us to a more fulfilling life. It's not about denying the existence of time, but about accepting its illusory nature. It's about understanding that time is not a cruel taskmaster, but a tool that we can use to our advantage. The illusion of time can make us feel trapped, but once we understand it, we can use it to create a life of depth and meaning. We can use it to forge stronger relationships, to pursue our passions, to live a life of purpose. So, is it possible to debunk the illusion of time? Well, it's not about debunking per se, but about understanding and accepting. It's about using this understanding to live a more mindful and fulfilling life. So, embracing the illusion of time can be the key to a more mindful existence. In conclusion, time is indeed a timeless paradox. We've journeyed through the enigma of time, exploring its illusory nature and the science that supports this fascinating concept. We've seen how this illusion pervades our everyday lives, subtly influencing our perceptions and actions. We've debunked the illusion, revealing time as a construct of human cognition, rather than a fundamental truth of the universe. Yet, despite its illusory nature, time remains a powerful force that shapes our reality. It governs the rhythm of our lives, from the mundane to the monumental. This paradox, the illusion that holds such tangible power, prompts us to reconsider our relationship with time, to appreciate its influence yet recognize its subjectivity, to use it as a tool rather than be ruled by it. So, as we step back from this exploration, let's carry with us a newfound understanding. Remember, time may be an illusion, but it's an illusion that shapes our reality.